Welcome to another fabulous rendition of Theater for This Podcast, episode 58. How y'all living? I'm living swell. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. And I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. Back at it again, episode 58. Please hit the subscription button, the notification bell, share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. You can also hit the join membership button. Membership has its privileges. I'm going to talk about that in a good few seconds. You can also donate either through Super Chat, Super Sticker, or hit the Cash app. $ I'm Chris the Don 1. Welcome. Now, if you hit the join membership button starting next week, I'm going to have some content exclusively for my membership audience. So be on the lookout for that stuff. Today, we got a fabulous live stream. First and foremost, I'd like to apologize from the bottom of my heart that unfortunately I could not do too early for this podcast on Saturday. We're back better again Monday morning like we was last week, but I promise you guys we're going to get back to our regular schedule, which is on Saturdays. Saturday mornings, we do this live from 4 to 5 a.m. EST. And if you can't make the live stream, you can always watch the re-air of this live stream. Now, got a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Asian Doll. Apparently, Asian Doll was offered money to join OnlyFans. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. We're also going to be talking about Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie. Now, allegedly, once again, allegedly, Marjorie was getting her freak on by the bodyguard and the cook. Okay, Marjorie was out here in these cheating streets. We're going to dabble with that topic as well. We're also going to be talking about some other stuff concerning, celebrity gossip, the ins and outs, particularly with entertainment. Now, first topic, first order of discussion, we're going to be talking about Asian Doll. Now, Asian Doll, she posted this on social media. So you really have to, you really have to, don't take everything seriously from social media, particularly when it's coming. Source is coming from the individual that you're talking about. Asian Doll is one of these rappers. Really started off as a social media influencer, been in a couple of videos, rap videos, and she decided to be in the music biz as far as a rapper goes. Now, Asian Doll, she's like 30. Now, she made a ridiculous comment talking about, people, it's, if you're 30 and above and you're still rapping, that's weird. And to me, there are a lot of famous rappers that are still successful, still crank out them hits like Cardi B. I think Cardi B is like in her 30s. Jay-Z, occasionally he'll be on a feature. Jay-Z is no spring chicken himself. So your age is just a number, particularly in music. If you can continue to make good music and if you can continue to have people gravitate to your music, then you're going to continue to do your thing. All right. But Asian Doll, she's 30 and she made this ridiculous claim. Now, when you Google Asian Doll, she's 30, but in some searches, she's 26. I think she's 30, but that's neither here nor there. Her age is not what this story is about. Asian Doll said, quote, that OnlyFans got with her saying that, hey, join our platform. We'll give you $500K if you join our platform. Now, Asian Doll is well known, particularly on social media. She got a buzz about her. She has a following. A lot of girls really, F with Asian Doll. A lot of guys really F and want to F Asian Doll. But I don't think Asian Doll is worth 500 is worth 500, claims. 500 plus claims. All right. Uh I feel like if OnlyFans did respond to her and wanted her to do OnlyFans, which, by the way, if you look at the article concerning OnlyFans numbers are through the roof. They went up. Now, OnlyFans had a huge bump, during the pandemic, but now they're saying even more people are subscribing to a lot of, content that's exclusively for OnlyFans, and the numbers don't lie. So OnlyFans is in a place where I just don't see the powers that be at OnlyFans, trying to recruit Asian Doll to join their platform. I know there's a lot of other platforms that do adult content or exclusive content, like Fansly. We talked about how Sweetie is joining Fansly. I mean, that's a good lick for Fansly, you know, to have Sweetie do content over there. But it would not surprise me none if Sweetie, also creates an account for OnlyFans. All right. So it would not surprise me if Sweetie is double dipping, but you got to take a lot of things with a grain of salt, particularly with Asian Doll. But this is what she's saying. OnlyFans is recruiting her, gave her $500K just to create an account with OnlyFans. If OnlyFans is recruiting Asian Doll and trying to get her exclusively to do content over there, I don't think I think those numbers are overblown. She also said that she made hellified money on OnlyFans. I feel like when it's all said and done, when her month, because content creators on OnlyFans, they go month to month on how much money they made creating content on OnlyFans. And, I don't think it's been a month yet with Asian Doll. I think this announcement was made like 4 or 5 days ago. And I get sneaking suspicion that, and I'm just speculating, she's probably at the end of the month, she's probably going to look at 20K. She's probably going to do 20K, maybe a little bit more. Okay. Because, Asian Doll does have a buzz. She's, even though she's a struggle rapper, everyone knows that Asian Doll, raps. So, and then she has a fan base. Okay. So she has, she has appeal and impressions on social media. When you talk about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, what Twitter now is known as X, but you get my drift. So Asian Doll got some clout. She got some juice out here. She got a lot of pull on social media. She got a huge fan base, but how many of those people of her fan base is going to gravitate to her on OnlyFans? And that's where, when it's all said and done, when you look at the numbers, I don't think she's going to make 500K through her fans. And I just don't think OnlyFans is going to give her 500K to create content on OnlyFans. So therein lies the struggle. I think the numbers are overblown. And you got to, take, the sort, you're getting these sources from Asian Doll. You're not getting it from a representative from OnlyFans. So Asian Doll is the only one that's spewing this news about her doing content for OnlyFans. Now, there's no representative over there at OnlyFans is confirming nor denying this story. But if you look at it from the perspective of OnlyFans, they're looking at it as, okay, doesn't matter if it's good news, bad news, as long as you're being mentioned, particularly in social media, it's a good thing for your platform. All right. particularly when you heard the news about Sweetie going to Fansly. Now, a lot of layers to this story. Okay. I think a lot of these female influencers, these social media influencers that have fan bases, they are now starting to, dabble into a lot of fields, trying to get money from X, trying to get money from Y, trying to get money from Z. And Asian Doll is one of those representatives. And we had this conversation with Sweetie. I think low key Sweetie likes music, but I just don't think Sweetie is that seriously uh, invested as far as being an artist, particularly with music. You know, um, and I feel the same way about Asian Doll. Asian Doll, she's getting into a lot of fields because a lot of these fields make her a lot of money. She's killing it on social media. She makes money there. She's making money when she's on stage or when she's on tour. If she's on tour, she makes money with her music, music being sold or being streamed. So Asian Doll is just trying to dip her hands into everything, into reality TV, into social media, into music, and now into OnlyFans. Now, I don't know how many followers Asian Doll Asian Doll has on Instagram, but it's the same dilemma like Chris Brown. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Chris Brown, like 3 or 4 years ago, was questioning his fan base. Well, how come they don't support him on his other endeavors? Chris Brown likes to create art and things of that nature, but a lot of people were not feeling the pieces, particularly on an artistic level, from Chris Brown. And Chris Brown saying, "Look, I got over 1 million followers, but when it comes to my projects, it just seems like there's not a lot of people investing into his projects, buying into his projects." Let's just say hypothetically, Asian Doll has, and like I said, I don't follow Asian Doll on Instagram. I know, shame on me, shame on me. Okay, let's just say like she has 100,000 followers. How many of those 100,000 followers from Instagram is going to go over to OnlyFans and subscribe to her on OnlyFans? How many of them? You think it's going to be the whole 100,000? You think it's going to be half? You think it's going to be 50k? You think it's going to be 30, 20, 10? So I feel like realistically, if she has 100,000 followers on Instagram, I feel like maybe 10% of those fans may go to OnlyFans and maybe subscribe to her. All right. And if she gets 10% of 100,000 fans, that's some decent money for Asian Doll. But the thing about it is that 10%, or they're going to reinvest into Asian Doll and sign up for another month. I feel like a lot of people, and it's the same epidemic with Sweetie. It's the same epidemic for anybody that's on social media, that's famous on social media. I feel like people are going to buy into it. And then after a couple of weeks, after they see, your sexy pics and your sexy videos and things of that nature, and, they're just going to move on. They're going to move on to the next thing, or the next famous actress or whoever that's doing Fansly or OnlyFans. Okay. It's just the nature of the beast. I think Asian Doll, very attractive woman, have a very beautiful body. I feel like a lot of people want to check, and let's just be real about it. Asian Doll is not going to do anything. She's not going to do anything explicit, like you're going to see her. Oh, I got 2 people in the building. Could y'all do your boy a favor? Can you hit the like button? All right. Share this content with your friends, family, and followers. Okay. But nevertheless, I digress. I don't think Asian Doll is going to do anything adult content oriented where she's going to do a sex scene, or she's going to, show you this. She's going to be fully nude or anything like that. I think she's going to create content that is risque for, risque for that couldn't make it that couldn't make the cut on Instagram, she's going to use that content and import it over there at OnlyFans. Okay, where you might catch her, shaking her money maker with a very thin G string, like she posted a video of her dancing and twerking in a G string. Well, I guarantee you that video, which you can see it on Twitter, excuse me, the artist formerly known as Twitter, now it's known as X. Okay, I guarantee you're going to see a longer version of that video on her OnlyFans page. And that's just a sneak peek that what you can possibly see on her OnlyFans page. And if it's a real affordable price, I feel like a lot of people say, well, what the hell? I mean, it's only $3, it's only $4, it's only $5. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pay a month's worth of Asian doll. She looks fine. She got a banging body. Yeah, I do it. I'll at least invest in her for a month. But how many of them people are going to keep their credit card or debit card information in there for the next month? Okay, particularly if you're not doing that type of content where they can, you're doing extreme adult type of content. All right. So therein lies the struggle. I feel like, just like any of these celebrities, they're gonna blow up on the first month because everybody wants to see them in their birthday suits. Everyone's expecting. Some of these women, they go all the way with it. A lot of these women that's got a huge, a large fan base. They'll show you a little bit here and there, tease you and keep you invested in them. They're not going to just give you the whole kibbles and boots on in the first month. They're going to tease you and have you thinking that, okay, there's a possibility if I don't show it to you this month, I'll probably show you the kitty next month. I'll probably show you the kitty the month after that. You get the point. The sweatiest of the thirstiest guys will probably go all the way to the third month and then invested into Adrian Doll, and she still isn't making that type of content. But the smarter guys, they get their month's worth by looking at the videos and pics, and then they move on. Okay, because there's nothing else there that's going to keep them. So hold on one second. So Adrian, her fan base, even though it's male and female, the majority of the gender that's going to subscribe to her own OnlyFans, unfortunately, are going to be guys. And guys' attention span is very short, and a man, is going to like something else, and he's going to make a decision. Am I going to continue to support Asian Doll and keep my debit or credit card information on there, or I'm going to jump on the next big booty chick? So it's one of those type of things. All right, but shout out to Asian Doll. Make your money as fast and as soon as you can, because she's just going to be another number on OnlyFans. I mean, we done had this conversation where I told you guys, even with the Sweetie, when we found out Sweetie was going to join Fansly, I said OnlyFans is oversaturated. I feel like a lot of people just gravitate to OnlyFans. Okay, a lot of women out there that wants to make money just runs to OnlyFans. I mean, and if you look at all these sites, OnlyFans is the most successful, popular one besides the others. All right, but yeah. So shout out to Adrian Doll. I hope she makes all the money she can possibly make by joining OnlyFans, but don't believe the hype. You really have to take it with a teaspoon of salt, particularly with what Adrian Doll said, that OnlyFans is going to give her $500K to sign up to their platform. I don't necessarily believe that. It would not surprise me none when the month's over with and when the hype wears off. I think her first month is going to be her biggest month. And then, unless she does, collaborations with other females or other men, and she takes the content to the next level. I think her first month is going to be her biggest month, and then she's just going to be another woman that's on OnlyFans. All right, pretty much. All right, but you can, and I told you guys, a lot of these women in rap that are, that were making music before the Sexy Reds, before the Ice Spice. A lot of these women like Asian Doll and Sweetie, you know, they're just trying to get their lick someplace else, because obviously with the music, it's always changing, and it's always another sexy woman that a lot of guys are going to gravitate to, a lot of women are going to gravitate to. All right, so Sukiana, she always had an OnlyFans, but Sukiana uses the music as like a stepping stone to get people hooked into her music. And then she has the questionable behavior on social medias. It just gets her, gets miles, particularly in social media. And she has an OnlyFans. All right, and Sukiana has done it longer than Asian Doll, has done it longer than Sweetie. So it's just another way of making money. So I think individuals such as Sweetie and Asian Doll, they're here today, gone tomorrow type of vibe. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for that discussion, and we're gonna move on to the next topic. The next topic is Steve Harvey's wife. And before we get into the next topic, I first like to state this. Before I state this, feel free to hit the like button, share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. All right, but this topic, I'm gonna start it off by saying allegedly. This is all alleged. Now, there's a lot of blog websites that are saying that this is true. There's a lot of news sites that are talking about this as well. I first like to say this is alleged. Okay, we cannot confirm this is real or not, but we will talk about it. All right. We're not going to do any ad libs or anything like that, but I will talk about it. All right. So there is a rumor, and this is a rumor. And like I said, we can't confirm nor deny this rumor that Marjorie, who's the wife of Steve Harvey, people are saying that she is cheating on Steve Harvey. All right. Now, allegedly. All right. Let's before we begin the story, we have to say to ourselves, this story allegedly. Okay. Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie, has been out here on these cheating streets. She had relationships with a bodyguard. She also had a relationship with a chef. And there are some reports out there that the marriage is on the rocks. There's also a report out there that Steve Harvey has cheated on Marjorie. I don't know if this is in the past or this is recent. I don't know. But all of this stuff I'm telling you guys is allegedly. All right. And Marjorie has not denied the story, has not confirmed the story. She's just living her best life. Okay, she's just gonna let people, if people want to be messy, she's not going to entertain none of the mess. Okay, and she's basically not going to, keep the mess going. All right. Now, Steve Harvey was at a recent event, and he talked about this. All right, and he basically said their marriage is good. They're still in love. There's no divorce. He totally denying this report, saying this is it's just not true. The story is not true, and basically saying people just want to add a little sauce to something that's not there. All right. So that's coming from Steve Harvey. Marjorie has not said anything. The bodyguard that allegedly was supposed to be supposed to have a relationship with Marjorie has not released a statement or said anything. Neither has the cook. Okay. Now, first I want to say this: allegedly. This can go many different ways. Okay, let's talk about the obvious way, that none of this stuff is true. All right, none of this stuff is true. So it's just somebody. Now, Steve Harvey did. Now, there is some news concerning Steve Harvey that he fired his social media consultant. He's been fired. There was friction between the guy that took care of Steve Harvey's social media, accounts. They just had they just had an issue with one another, and they just moving their separate ways. Now that is an actual report. I don't know if this has anything to do with what we just talked about, but it's just when you have disgruntled employees, disgruntled employees do what? All right, they try to ruin your reputation and try to ruin your good name. And maybe they'll say some stuff that is totally not true. All right, just to throw it out there. All right, that's one way. Okay, I feel like the second way is, let's just say hypothetically this is true. And if it is true, Steve Harvey is worth a lot of money. He probably done got with the two guys and bought their silence, and they're not going to be speaking about this for a long time. All right, and maybe him and his wife Marjorie was got an understanding. Let's just say they just got an understanding. All right, and she's not going to speak about it. He's not going to speak about it because this is damaging for Steve Harvey. All right. I first like to say this, and Steve Harvey hasn't done this in a while. Back in the day when he had his radio show, the Steve Harvey Show, he would give advice to women out there about men. Act like a woman, think like a man. He would always always mention that. He made a movie out of it. When he was doing his daytime show and his radio show, he would educate men and women about dating and things of that nature. But he would always gravitate to his marriage and what makes his marriage work. Why him and Marjorie has a great relationship with one another, why they love one another. Okay, so, and he would always utilize that as a marketing tool. And a lot of women bought his book, act like a woman, think like a man. A lot of men and women went to his movie, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. Would check him out on a radio show and listen to his advice about dating and marriage and things of that nature. The same way with his television show. All right. I still think he has that. I think he has the Steve Harvey Show on Facebook TV, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay. I remember back in the day, like about 3-4 years ago, Facebook was heavy with Facebook TV. They signed Steve Harvey to do some projects for Facebook TV, as well as they signed Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, Red Table Talk to on Facebook TV. But now Facebook is they're not really heavy into Facebook TV anymore. I don't know if they don't revamped it or they're basically with Facebook TV that they're just waiting for it to die off, whatever. If Facebook TV if Facebook is not making money on certain things they introduce on Facebook, it slowly goes away without anyone knowing. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. So Steve Harvey would make a name for himself particularly with dating and advice and things of that nature. Now, Steve Harvey hasn't been heavy into that arena no more. Now Steve Harvey, he's a Steve Harvey, is a worker. I mean, he's got endorsements. He's on the Family Feud. He's doing a lot of things. I think he's still got that television show that's syndicated. Judge Steve Harvey. Um, in other words, he's he's no longer doing the dating advice and things of that nature, but still he advocates that he has a healthy relationship with Marjorie. They have an understanding, they have a beautiful relationship. And it's kind of odd to me that as great as Marjorie and Steve Harvey is as soulmates and their relationship, and you're saying to yourself, okay, anybody that's in that family, I mean, they don't even have to ask how to keep a man or how to keep a woman, because all they have to do is just look at Steve Harvey and look at Marjorie and look how great and wonderful their relationship is. And I think a lot of people are getting what I'm saying. Okay, you would think some of that would seep into Laura Harvey, and Laura Harvey hasn't kept a man in a long, long while. I feel like the longest relationship she has been with is Michael B. Jordan. And ever since they broke up, I mean, she's been bouncing around from different dude after different dude after different dude. I mean, it's her world, it's her life. But if you look at Laura Harvey, she's saying to herself, I don't really need to marry a man. Okay, I got what I need. I'm rich. I'm already connected to a wealthy family, the Harveys. All right. So it's gonna be hard for any man to to keep up with that or to compete with that. All right. I'm popular. I'm the it girl. A lot of guys want to date me and things of that nature. All right. So she really doesn't need a man to have. I mean, she really doesn't need anything from a man that she can get for herself. All right. So that explains why her and Michael B. Jordan fell off. At one time she was messing around with P. Diddy. Okay. And P. Diddy didn't even have her that long. All right. So she's coming from the side of she really doesn't need a man to be successful. She doesn't really need a man to complete her. She doesn't really need a man to um, uh, be financially supportive. She doesn't even really need a man to support her financially until she can support herself. So she's in a good place, and she's not gonna drop that Harvey off of her last name. Even if she do get married, I don't never see the day that Laura Harvey's ever going to get married, but she's never going to give up that her last name, and she's never going to have her name associated with some other guy's name, because there's not a lot of guys out there that can compete with Steve Harvey and the Harvey family. It just isn't. Okay, so you would think, you know, you're a child of Marjorie, and your stepdad is Steve Harvey, and you would think all the advice or just being around them, you would know the pitfalls of dating. You would know what to look for in a man, what he does right, what he does wrong. It'll be somewhat easy for you to find the love of your life. But it's been the complete opposite with Laura Harvey. And comes off as he's approving what Laura Harvey has done with her dating life. Not really pressuring her or not telling her that she needs a man. But it's kind of funny when Steve Harvey is on radio, when he's on his television show, he's always telling women, you need to find you a good man, because a good man is if you find a good man, you're going to have a happy life. And promoting marriage and promoting healthy relationships, and he's always promoting relationships. And it's funny how he spews that to the Tom, Dick, and Harry, or the Jane, Julie, or Janet, the or Jennifer. He always spewing this to women that are not associated with him biologically, but his daughter, he doesn't push that. He doesn't push that towards her. She does the opposite of what Steve Harvey is pushing and selling to the general public. So you have to ask yourself, is this disingenuous of Steve Harvey? Is Steve Harvey just spewing this to sell books, to sell movies, to sell his image? Is he really giving you solid advice, or is he just saying all this to make him ultra popular? One could argue that. All right, is he really helping you, or is he helping himself? That's basically what you should be asking yourself. Because for someone that talks a good game, talking about how women should they should look for a good man, they should find a man that's going to take care of them, and this, that, and the third. For somebody that's spewing that, you would think it will gravitate, and they would spew that with their their kids, because Laura Harvey is doing the opposite of what Steve Harvey is promoting to to his female audience. All right, now, so which Steve Harvey is it? I mean, is it the Steve Harvey that we see on television or hear on radio, or is it the Steve Harvey that that's that's away from the cameras? Now, he could be the same individual in two different forms, but it just tells you that he really doesn't, really he really doesn't push that belief that he has for women. When he gives women advice, he really doesn't push that to Laura Harvey. Now, I think Laura Harvey is not biology, is not what it came from the wound of Steve Harvey. That Laura Harvey came from a previous marriage, I believe. I mean, well, Marjorie got Laura Harvey from a previous marriage, but still, that's still Steve Harvey's, child. Okay, even though Laura Harvey is not a child, she's an adult. All right. So, when you start peeling back the layers, do Laura Harvey mimics Marjorie, or does Laura Harvey mimic Steve Harvey? And I think Laura Harvey mimics her mother, Marjorie. And Marjorie really doesn't say much. You don't really get a real sense or a real pulse of who Marjorie is, because Marjorie stays at a low profile. I mean, you don't know if she's a good woman, she's a bad woman, she got an attitude, she's saucy, she's cool. You don't know nothing about Marjorie other than from the story Steve Harvey is peddling to the audience. All right. Marjorie really doesn't do a lot of interviews. Marjorie doesn't, says much to any of Steve. When Steve Harvey does these projects and things of that, you don't see no sight from Marjorie. Steve Harvey, goes to work and be the best Steve Harvey he can possibly be on whatever project he is, and he has millions upon millions of fans, has a cult following. All right, but you don't see Marjorie like cheerleading, sitting in the background cheerleading with her pom poms, saying, "Oh, look what my man is doing," and this, that, and the third. She just pretty much stayed low profile. She, you really don't get a real sense of Marjorie other than from the stories from Steve Harvey. Okay, I'm not saying Marjorie isn't supportive of Steve Harvey. But what I am saying is you really don't get a good sense of who Marjorie is other than from the story Steve Harvey is spewing to the public. But I do get a sense that Laura Harvey mimics her mother, Marjorie, more than Steve Harvey. And we have heard a lot of things that what Laura Harvey has said and done, and how she'll get out of a relationship quicker than a heart attack. Okay. She'll do the Euro step getting out of a relationship. Okay. But the guy that she's dating, they don't really say anything bad about Laura Harvey. Now, I feel like when she was with Michael B. Jordan gave a little insight to their relationship and why it didn't work, but he doesn't really break it all the way down. But you can clearly tell that the breakup was more of Laura Harvey because she didn't want to be in a long-term relationship or be married to Michael B. Jordan, which, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I think her best lick was Michael B. Jordan. And she's been dating different guys trying to mimic what she got with Michael B. Jordan with somebody else, thinking that, lightning can strike twice. I can find a guy just like Michael B. Jordan. But she hasn't, okay? Her recent dates will illustrate that, okay? But Michael B. Jordan, he's moving on. He's getting internationally known. He's lighting up the box office, and things of that nature. But Laura Harvey is always trying to search for the Michael B. Jordan replacement, and she's striking out. All right, but if you look at Marjorie and you look at Laura Harvey, I feel like they mimic one another, and I feel like Marjorie has those qualities that we don't like about Laura Harvey. Laura Harvey learned it from somebody. She learned it more from her mother. She picked up more from her mother than she does. She picked up more from her mother than she ever did with Steve Harvey. So she has a better relationship with her mother. And I'm pretty sure in a private setting, Marjorie probably gave her some advice, particularly with life in general. And I don't think the advice Marjorie is spewing to Laura Harvey or what Laura Harvey is actually doing is not conducive to what Steve Harvey has been preaching to other women out there. It's one of those things like, it's one of those situations where do what I say, not what I actually do type of approach. But, I feel like Marjorie is more like her daughter. And even if that's all true, does it mean that Marjorie cheated on Steve Harvey? There's really nothing out there, allegedly, really nothing out there that can say without a shadow of a doubt that Marjorie cheated on Steve Harvey with the cook, the cleaner, the driver, the bodyguard. But I don't think Marjorie would throw herself around like that. Now, maybe over a course of years, that may be a possibility, but I just don't think Marjorie is that type of woman. I do feel like Marjorie, if I do feel like Marjorie is one of those type of women that would stick in a bad relationship because of how that relationship benefits Marjorie. You know, I mean, having the last name Harvey speaks in volume. You're instantly popular without doing nothing. Okay, Marjorie ain't got no albums out. Marjorie is not in no movies or no reality show or anything like that. But she doesn't have to be. Just being associated to Steve Harvey is more popular than her being on a reality show or whatever, or OnlyFans. I'm not saying Marjorie is going to do OnlyFans, but you get my drift. Marjorie is already instantly popular without doing absolutely nothing. It's the Kim Kardashian curse. Kim Kardashian was instantly popular by doing absolutely diddly squat. Okay. A lot of people want to say the sex video with her and Ray J is what really gave her popularity. Nah. Kim Kardashian did less to be popular. Okay. A lot of women would love to look up like Kim Kardashian has. All right. But the same thing goes with Marjorie. All right. So why would you leave a relationship with the last name Harvey? You're already wealthy, okay, because of Steve Harvey. Why would you leave that situation to go to some uncharted territory? You're going to give all that up, even in a bad relationship. Let's just say hypothetically that was a bad relationship. If that's a bad relationship, she's not going nowhere. She knows where her butter is bred. Okay, she's good, even in a bad relationship. Because you got to look at it this way too. It's not like she sees Steve, her husband, every single day, because he's out and about, making that moolah, making that money. He's on different projects and different films and different concert tours. He probably don't even be around the house that much. So technically, technically, she's single anyway. She's single anyway. Out of a year, she probably sees her husband maybe 2 months out of the year. Other than that, she's out and about doing her thing. And I'm just saying, hypothetically, if they were in a bad relationship, I mean, there's nothing to say that Marjorie and Steve Harvey are in a bad relationship. This is allegedly. These reports are allegedly. These reports have not been proven true. We're just talking about the gossip. We're not saying this is newsworthy. I'm not saying this is newsworthy. This is all gossip. This is all rumor. All right. I'm just talking. I'm shooting the breeze. All right. So yeah, Marjorie, I mean, she's not going to give up that lifestyle for nothing. And she damn sure ain't going to give up a lifestyle by sleeping with the cook or the bodyguard, the driver, the cleaner, the gardener, the pool boy. She's not going to do all that. All right. No matter how bad the relationship is. Now, if it's bad enough, will she go outside and probably fool around with somebody? That's a possibility. But I don't think Marjorie's that messy where she's going to be sleeping with someone that works for her husband. I don't think she's that messy, because the apple don't fall far from the tree. Have Laura Harvey done that? No, she hadn't done that. Every relationship she's been in, she has broken it up. Now, may have broken it up too quick. She may have broken it up too soon. She may have broken it up too early. But she did break up with the guy and then jump on the next guy. So if the daughter is doing that, I feel like Marjorie would do it the same way if she's really cheating on Steve Harvey. So you got to take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt. I don't think Marjorie, and like I said, I'm on the outside looking in. All right. I don't think Marjorie is cheating on Steve Harvey. I think this story is false. It's not true, but it's good to talk about it. But I'm just giving you guys my point of view of the whole situation. All right. We're almost an hour in. We done had like 5 people in the building. Can you do your boy a favor? Can you do your boy a solid? Hit the like button. Share this content with your friends, family, and followers. This really helps out in the YouTube algorithm as far as people finding the channel, as far as people checking out the videos and live streams. I really do appreciate it if you guys do that for your boy. All right. Even if it's for a few seconds, hit that like button. All right. Hit the like button. All right. So some other tidbit news. Man, I'm about to say, oh my God, hold up. I'm about to say the wrong person's name. Definitely about to say the wrong person's name. Hold on one second, guys. Let me check the library. Hold up. Go to history. Definitely we're going to check the library. Okay. So, Erica Mena and Bambi. Let's talk about that real fast, real quick. Erica Mena and Bambi. Okay. These 2 girls are from Love and Hip Hop. I really don't check reality TV that much. I don't even check it at all. All right. Now, when reality TV was at its highest height, reality TV wise, I may dabbled into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but then I just kept it pushing. I'm not no Love and Hip Hop guy. I'm not no, what is that? The Ink Club, whatever. TV. Okay. And, reality TV is, to me, it's corny because it's the same storylines, no matter what reality show you like. Okay. You're gonna okay. It starts off with these, you're gonna have beautiful women in there, beautiful women with egos, and beautiful women that can't get along with one another. All right. They want to be the baddest. They want to be the baddest one on the show, but there's only one. There's only one position, and there's like 6 of them. All right. Then you're gonna have women cheat. Then you're gonna have guys on there. They're gonna have some type of relationship with these women, and you're gonna have a guy that wants to bag the baddest one. All right. And then you have these women. I'm telling you guys, if you have a bunch of women, a bunch of guys at a bar or a nightclub or a studio, whatever, and you just keep the cameras rolling, you keep them tipsy, the real truth is about to come out about them. Whatever they were feeling about this certain woman or this certain guy, you get a person drunk enough, they're going to let their guards down and they're going to say what they actually been wanting to say. All right. And that's where you get the hostility going. That's where you get the yelling going, the arguing going. And sometimes it leads to, glasses being thrown, liquor being thrown in somebody's face, and to actually an actual fight. Right. Now, every time they do these reality shows, they say, oh, they're fighting. But then what they really do is grab on each other, maybe pull on each other's hair. But nobody don't really actually throw hands, okay? Because a lot of these women, their hand game is pitiful. They have no hand game whatsoever. These women don't know how to throw a punch. These women don't even, first of all, these women don't even know how to ball up and make a fist, okay? They don't know how to execute a punch. They don't know how to guard. They don't know. They don't have no good footwork. A lot of these women, when they say that they be fighting on reality TV, they don't be fighting on reality TV. Okay, they're yelling and screaming, grabbing on one another, throwing stuff at one another, and that's pretty much it. All right. So it don't really get that deep. It really don't get that serious. Okay. Stop calling it a fight. It's not a fight. All right. So basically, Erica and Bambi was at this event in Atlanta, and it was other people there, and alcohol was at this place, and it seemed like Erica and Bambi had some choice words, and when you mix alcohol with attitudes and divas and I'm the ish, you get what they get, which was they both were fighting. Now, it would have been cool if they would just been fighting and somebody got in the middle of it and broke it up, and then everything would have been cool. But there was a police officer there. He was trying to do his job, and Erica was keeping him from doing his job. All right. And it gotten so bad, Erica and Bambi would put hands allegedly on the officer. Well, then they had to arrest him. They booked him. Not only Donald Trump was arrested in Georgia, but Erica Mena and Bambi was arrested as well. And let me tell y'all something. And this goes out to Donald Trump, Bambi, and Erica. Can y'all take a better mugshot? Okay, Jesus. Can y'all take a better mugshot? I know the lighting ain't great. And I know at that moment you're just not feeling it to take. You guys take a better mugshot, because these mugshots are going to live on internet forever. Forever, ever, ever, forever. All right. You know that these mugshots are going to make it on social media. Now, out of the three mugshots, Trump, Bambi, and Erica Mena, I felt like Trump had the best mugshot. The stare, the mean look, like, that mugshot speaks in volume. He definitely was not scared. All right. Erica and Bambi looked like they didn't know what to do. All right. But hey, whatever. All right. They had, and why y'all have y'all heads down when you take a mugshot? That's not going to be the best mugshot picture. Okay. Because now you get to see their forehead, you get to see the back of their scalp, you get to see the top of their head. It just doesn't work. All right. So they got arrested, and they posted bail. And look, they're gonna drop the charges. They're gonna drop the charges because it's not even worth taking them to court. All right. They're gonna plead to a lesser offense, and they're gonna have to pay a fine and probably some good if they and they're gonna be on probation, and they won't be able to be in the same public area no more. Bambi and Erica Mena is probably gonna have to, if Bambi goes to a nightclub and they say yo, Erica Mena's there, then Bambi's gonna have to do a U-turn and go someplace else. If Erica Mena goes to a nightclub or a hookah bar and they go, oh, whoa, Bambi's there, Erica Mena is gonna have to do the same thing. They're gonna have to stay away from each other. I mean, yeah, this is good to keep Bambi's name and keep Erica Mena's name in the mouths of social media, and this is going to cause them traction, and this is going to get their numbers up on social media, because all publicity, no matter how good or bad the publicity is, it's still publicity. All right. So yeah, people are gonna be talking about them about this, but life goes on, right? But yeah, I just thought that was, I mean, when you think about it, when you really think about it, I feel like if they had to do it all over again, they probably wouldn't let it go this far. Okay, wouldn't let it go this far. But that's pretty much it on that story. And there was another story I wanted to talk about. Give me a second here. I want man, where's that story at? Hold up, y'all. Give me a second here. Get your boy a second. And while y'all give me a second, please hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this content with your friends, family, and followers. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so didn't want to necessarily talk about it, but we'll talk about it. Charleston White and TK Kirtland, they're in the news again for all the wrong reasons. All right. So basically, Charleston White is accusing TJ Kirtland of stifling, of deboing people's money. So Charleston White said that he was doing some comedy shows, and he got paid for one event, but was not getting paid for the other events. And it started off with Charleston White talking about it. Now, I will say this. I'm not a huge fan of Charleston White. I feel like I feel like Charleston White is one of those guys that wants to get stuff going. And when the stuff starts going, or whatever, all right, he's an instigator, okay? But cause people think Charleston White's funny. There's certain, when he does his lives, he's joking on somebody. Yeah, I guess it could be funny, but it's not that deep to me. I'm not a huge fan of Charleston White, but anywho, it doesn't really matter if I'm a fan of Charleston White or if I'm not a fan of Charleston White. If I like you or if I don't like you, if somebody's doing you wrong, okay, that's further from what's going on. All right. So he's saying that he got paid for one event, but when he went to when they scheduled him when he went to the other events, he was not getting paid for those. And he was just talking about it. He wasn't really bringing nobody up. He wasn't saying, "Oh, this person is doing this, that person is doing that." So, well, TJ Kirtland got up and he said that Charleston White has never, he's not really a comedian and he doesn't know the mechanisms on how these events go. And then he was making excuses that Charleston White gave them the wrong address. So TJ was pretty much speaking for Live Nation. I don't know why, because when Charleston White was talking about it earlier, he didn't even mention nobody's name. So I guess TJ saw the video. He wanted to educate Charleston White as well as everyone else out there that, hey, look, you have to understand the mechanisms on how this works. They try to pay you, but you gave them the wrong address. So that's not really a Live Nation's fault. That's Charleston White's fault. All right, Charleston White is getting paid, but he just gave them the wrong information, the wrong address. All right, so when this guy comes back to Charleston White said that TJ sent him a text about the next shows he had to go to, and some of them shows he was not allowed to sell his merch. Some of them shows he would start the show and TJ was going to finish the show. It was just some back and forth between TJ and Charleston White. And I like TJ Kirtland as a comedian. I mean, he was very successful in the late 80s and 90s, but I just think and he's very successful. I mean, and he's still touring. There's a huge demand for him, but at the same time, I think TJ has to gotta let it go. I mean, what you did in the past really don't have nothing to do with what you're doing right now. I mean, you was great in the past, but that don't have anything to do with right now. Now, Charleston White is a bigger name than TJ Kirkland. I think TJ Kirkland can tell you. I think if you give him 10 minutes, he's going to give you his best jokes, and you're going to laugh your ass off. With Charleston White, he's a different type of comedian where he doesn't really have, jokes. He just really have stories, and people laugh at these stories. Okay, but if you look at it, Charleston White has a bigger name than TJ Kirkland. Now, a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, no, you tripping." Now, I'm telling you that a lot of these shows, if TJ and Charleston White was on two different tours, two different shows, had their own individual shows, who do you think is going to sell out more? Charleston White or TJ? TK. All right. It's going to be Charleston White. All right. Now, I don't think Charleston White is funny. I think TK is funny. But I think TK is a true definition of a comedian. But Charleston White, on the other hand, he makes his jokes off of telling stories and being an irritant. And I mean, and that's fine and all. If you got to get in where you fit in. I understand all that, but I don't think he's that funny to me. He's just not that funny to me. Okay. But TK, I mean, is a pure definition of a comedian. And Charleston White is more of a social media influencer. Let's just put it that way. All right. So yeah, there's something. I feel like TK and Charleston White need to hammer some stuff out. And Charleston White even made the comment that TK likes to debo. If you're a small guy or if you're a woman, TK likes to bully or debo someone that's not going to give him that same type of pressure or not going to fight back, And he's been doing it for some time now. And even Corey Holcomb said, yeah, TK can definitely do that. But yeah, so I feel like both of these guys are going to have to they're going to have to resolve some issues. TK is going to have to resolve some issues that he has with Charleston White. I feel like low key TK thinks that Charleston White is not really a comedian and he didn't put the work in to become a comedian, and he's just popular and people want him because he's an instigator and things of that nature, not the fact that he can tell jokes. And TK is a pure comedian. I feel like TK got issues with Charleston White on that level, but they definitely need to pay the man. All right, if y'all not paying Charleston White, you should pay him. All right, but yeah, that's all I got for that story. In other news, in entertainment news, the Blue Beetle premiered last week. I told you guys I felt like the Blue Beetle was going to be a dud. I didn't think it was going to have a great opening weekend. And the numbers illustrated that it didn't. Now a lot of people are saying that if the reason why Blue Beetle didn't make the numbers was because of the Maui fires. There was just other distractions around the world where people say there's too much stuff going on in the world for us to be worried about a movie premiering. So people are using that excuse. Other people are using the excuse of, well, they didn't really advertise this movie well, even though I felt like they advertised this movie very, very well. And the lead actor, no one really knows about him. Now, he has been on that Netflix show, the Cobra Kai. I haven't watched that show on Netflix, but he's not a real popular star. Okay, that resonates well. Okay, with people that may be interested in watching the Blue Beetle. I feel like personally, it could be those excuses. Maybe you can use all them excuses, but at a smaller level. I just think ultimately the reason why the Blue Beetle didn't draw the numbers that they were that they was hoping for it to was the Blue Beetle is just not a popular superhero. It's just not. It's not. The Blue Beetle is not like Batman or Spider-Man or Superman or the Avengers. I mean, he's just not that type of iconic character that a lot of people know. I guarantee you, a lot of people don't even know that the Blue Beetle is a DC comic. Okay, some people thinking like this is just a made up character. Okay, so that's one. And I feel like two, the Blue Beetle was pretty much created around the time where DC was, in turmoil. They didn't know how they was going to handle these DC properties, and they were still, the Zack Snyder universe. Then they was trying to do something that's affiliated to the Zack Snyder universe when Zack Snyder left. DC was stumbling and falling on their face several times. And a lot of these projects were made in that era. Now with James Gunn, James Gunn is helping the Blue Beetle, talking about it and things of that nature. But it's not something that's coming from James Gunn era with DC. So if you look at The Flash, if you look at Blue Beetle, if you look at Shazam, and if you look at Aquaman hasn't even came out yet. A lot of these movies are movies that were already made, and they were already made, and the pandemic slowed some of these movies from premiering a lot sooner. But a lot of these movies were made before James Gunn. So a lot of people in their heads have already closed out a lot of these movies. A lot of people say, why watch The Flash when they're not going to make another Flash in the James Gunn universe? Why watch Aquaman when Aquaman is not going to be part of James Gunn's universe anytime soon? Okay. And why watch this Blue Beetle? Because the Blue Beetle was supposed to be a project for HBO Max, now known as the Max. It was supposed to be an IP that was going to be on a smaller scale. Plus, we don't even know nothing about the Blue Beetle. It's not a very popular character, and this is not coming from the James Gunn era. So people has pretty much given up on any movies that is not going to be a continuation of the James Gunn universe. They pretty much closed the door. And I feel like when Aquaman comes out, I feel like the best thing they can do for Aquaman, hurry up and release it, make as much money as you can, and get ready for the James Gunn era. Because these movies are not going to be very popular. Not a lot of people are going to go see these movies, and I don't think a lot of people are going to go see Aquaman. That's just my humble opinion about it. All right. I think Aquaman 2 is going to flop as well. So yeah, that's it. And with the James Gunn universe, with the Blue Beetle, I wanted to talk about that. And I saw The Flash on the Max. And boy, let me tell you something. I'm glad I didn't go see The Flash. I'm glad I didn't go see The Flash. And I'm also glad that I didn't pay no harm. I was thinking about renting The Flash. What was it, like a month ago when you was able to rent it? Because I didn't go see it at the box office. And I heard a lot of things about The Flash. And I was thinking about buying it, but then I said, nah, I'm just gonna wait for it to come on the Max. Well, it came on the Max last weekend, or last week. I watched it, and I'm glad I didn't buy it. I'm glad. Oh my God, I'm glad I didn't buy that, because it was I'm not gonna say it was a horrible movie. I think the actor who played the Flash, I think he was he I mean he portrayed the Flash very good in that movie. I like Michael Keaton. I like Ben Affleck as Batman and Bruce Wayne. And there's I'm not going to say at the end of the movie, because like I said, go watch the match. You can see it for yourself. There's an ending in the movie, which all these endings on a lot of these DC movies is never going to happen. Like Black Adam, when Superman oh shoot, I spoiled it. I'm sorry. I'm guaranteed there's somebody out there that has not watched Black Adam. So I will apologize. Okay. But hold up. What the hell's going on? Okay, so I have no idea why she's doing that, but hey, whatever makes you happy, fine. Okay. All right. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, anywho, all right. So, yeah. So, man, I don't understand why the hell she's doing that. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So yeah, a lot of these endings that these DC movies are doing, a lot of these endings are not going to be a continuation as far as a sequel or for another movie, you know. So it's just a waste of time to even look at the end, the Easter eggs, because none of this stuff is going to happen. The ending in Black Adam, that's not going to happen. The ending of Shazam, that's not going to happen. Flash, Blue Beetle, none of these endings are going to happen or translate to the James Gunn universe. But back to what I was getting ready to say. I watched it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, buy it, or I'm kind of glad I didn't go to the movie theater, because it wasn't all that. It just wasn't all that. All right. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. All right. I think we talked and touched about. Oh, Donald J. Trump got arrested, took his mug shot, and he's on his merry way. I'm telling you, this lady, she is this Fannie, the DA. She is not playing. She is not. She threw a RICO on Trump. Now, Young Thug's father said that, hey, they let Trump get bail, but my son can't get bail, and he's still in prison, and Trump got bail and he's out. I feel like even though they're RICOs, I think they got Young Thug, the reason why he's still in jail is he has a murder charge, plus they're afraid that if Young Thug is free, he can orchestrate some wipe out certain people, eliminate certain people as far as to testifying against him. Because from what I'm hearing, everybody that's locked up at YSL have all reached a plea deal. Even Gunner reached a plea deal. He's out and about. So, unfortunately for Young Thug, when court really when they finally get their jury and they finally make a date for court, it's not going to really look good for Young Thug. Now, a lot of people feel like he's going to they don't have enough on him, but we're all speculating and we're all hoping, they ain't got nothing on him. They don't really have nothing that connects him. But what can connect him, particularly with all these crimes, is how many people are going to ratatouille him. And if you get enough people to testify against you, I mean, I don't care how good your attorney is, you can't say all of them are not credible. You can't say, well, they're saying that because they want a reduced sentence. Because I'm pretty sure, and they're playing Russian roulette with a lot of these guys that's going to testify against Young Thug. You don't know these guys that reach plea deals. You don't know what they may have against Young Thug. Maybe a secret recording, maybe a text that they done save. So you pictures, videos. So you really don't know. And we can all speculate and say, well, they don't got nothing against Young Thug. I think he's going to walk away from this. Well, no one really knows. No one knows if he's going to walk away from this. No one really knows if he's going to do some serious time for this. We just all speculate. And that's all you can do. You just speculating. But it is what it is. So, speaking of is what it is, It Is What It Is podcast. I'm telling you guys, they reached a deal with, and now they are some gambling company, and they got a $30 million deal with this gambling corporation. And It Is What It Is, Mace and Cameron, who started off investing their own money, signed a $30 million deal. Now, if you haven't, It Is What It Is podcast, it kind of reminds me of a podcast about sports. It's two rappers talking about sports, and they've been having some good guests on their show. They done had Paul Pierce. They done had several, Stephen A. Smith. So they done had a lot of people on their show, and they are internationally known. And I'm surprised that, and see, I was hoping that a network was signed. It Is What It Is. Now, for them to join like Fox Sports 1 or ESPN, something like that, they would probably will have to tone down their language. But they inked a $30 million deal with this gambling site. So life is good for It Is What It Is podcast. Okay. But it is what it is, like they say. All right. Shannon Sharp made it official. Shannon Sharp is going to be doing ESPN Mondays and Tuesdays with Uh, uh, oh shoot. I just saw something, breaking news, but we'll talk about that in a few seconds. Shannon Sharp has signed a deal with ESPN to do First Take Mondays and Tuesdays. He's going to be debating Stephen A. Smith on Mondays and Tuesdays. Stephen A. Smith will still be the host of First Take, and he's still going to have the same old format where he's going to debate a different personality each and every day, but he'll get to debate Shannon Sharp Mondays and Tuesdays. Also, Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay will be exclusively for the volume. That's Colin Cowherd's digital platform where he has content over there, where he has different personalities doing content for the volume. Club Shay Shay will be exclusively for the volume. Also, some other content exclusively for the volume that Shannon Sharp is going to be doing for the volume. So Shannon Sharp is I mean, he's getting that bag. Between First Take and between ESPN and the volume, he's getting that bag, all right, and he's doing his thing. Now I talked about it. I'm not going to go into what I talked about on Just My Opinion podcast, but you can go check out that video for yourself. What I thought about these new deals from Shannon Sharp. Now, breaking news. This just come down to Newswire. Undisputed returns to FS1. The A-list lineup starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. So let's just read this article real fast, real quick. Undisputed returns to Fox Sports 1 with the A-list lineup starting tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m., which is today. It's 8/27/23. No, this is where the article was started. Okay, so Skip Bayless, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, Richard Sherman. I don't know why I keep saying Richard Seymour. Richard Sherman. Lil Wayne makes a weekly appearance alongside as an additional special guest. Also, Lil Wayne's going to be remixing the song just in time for football season. Undisputed will return to FS1 with its lineup on Monday, August the 28th, which that is today. Each weekday morning at 9:30 a.m. We already knew that. Award-winning journalist Skip Bayless has joined a panel of an elite, accomplished commentators like Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, and Richard Sherman. All right. So let's talk about it, shall we? Let's talk about it. All right. First and foremost, I did do a video on Just My Opinion podcast, which, by the way, that's another YouTube channel. Rate, comment, subscribe, and enjoy. You will not be disappointed. I did a video talking about Keyshawn Johnson may not be able to go to Fox Sports 1, not so fast. He's still under contract with ESPN. Yes, he signed a 5-year deal. He's in year 2. He did get let go of ESPN, but as far as Keyshawn Johnson negotiating the parameters to his buyout from his contract still with ESPN is is still a toss-up. Now, judging and reading this article this morning, they're saying Keyshawn Johnson is going to be there. So either Keyshawn Johnson reached a buyout quickly with ESPN, talking about a buyout and working the kinks to it. I talked in detail about this. Go check out that video. I'm not going to go into details on this podcast, but this new lineup starting early, and it will be on Fox Sports 1 today. All right. I will say this. If this lineup still holds up, where you got Skip Bayless, Richard Sherman, I don't know why I want to say Richard Seymour, Skip Bayless, Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, They hired Rachel Nichols. I told y'all how they're going to utilize Rachel Nichols, but let's just say they're going to use Rachel Nichols. It would not surprise me none if Rachel Nichols becomes the moderator. It would not surprise me none. Okay, but I feel like they're going to utilize Rachel Nichols in a different aspect for Undisputed. If you look at that lineup, and that's your lineup for football season, Monday through Friday, and then you compare it to the lineup with ESPN, you got Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe for Monday and Tuesday. So you're going to have them two button heads Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're going to have a different person. Like they're going to have different people debate Stephen A. Smith that are knowledgeable in football. In the NFL, they're going to have ex-jocks or journalists. You got Christopher Mad Dog Russo that's going to be doing it. And Molly is still going to be the moderator over there. If you look at what Skip Bayless lineup is to compare to Stephen A. Smith's lineup, Skip Bayless lineup is more explosive and more interesting. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say it's more interesting than the ESPN lineup. Okay, you're gonna get all 5 of these personalities every day. And I talked about this on Just My Opinion podcast. And if this lineup stays like it is, okay, Richard Sherman, I feel like it's a toss-up between Richard Sherman and Shannon Sharpe. Now, Richard Sherman is knowledgeable, just like Shannon Sharpe. Richard Sherman knows the X's and O's about the National Football League, just like Shannon Sharpe. But Richard Sherman knows a lot of these younger athletes. Now, Shannon Sharpe knows some too. Knows some too. I think Richard Sherman is going to be more entertaining with the information that he's going to have. So that's a plus, particularly on the defensive side of things. All right, because he can explain it to you why this offense prevailed over this defense, or why this defense prevailed over this offense. He's going to be more tactical with the X's and O's. Shannon Sharpe is going to be entertaining, informational, but funny. I think Richard Sherman will have his moments of being funny, but Richard Sherman's not going to have all these skits and the black and mild coming out of his mouth. But he's going to be funny, a lighter type of funny. All right. Also, Richard Sherman's not going to have those antics. He's not going to bring social media into the fray of anything. He's just going to stick to what he knows and what works for Richard Sherman. And he's going to be a great debate. He's going to give some great heated debated discussions with him and Skip Bayless. I think Richard Sherman is not pull no punches, and he's going to tell it like it is, no matter if Skip Bayless likes it or not. And that's where you're going to have that fiery discussion. I feel like a lot of topics they're not going to agree on the topics. A lot of the topics they're not going to see eye to eye. I feel like a lot of the topics they're going to be debating about. Okay. And you got that old school, new school type of approach with Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless. You really didn't have it with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, even though Shannon Sharpe is in social media, but it was like old school. It was old school, even older school. Richard Sherman, he was in the NFL like a couple of years ago. So a lot of stuff changed in the NFL with the technology, with the schemes, the dieting, everything. So Richard Sherman's going to bring an awareness to today's football more so than Shannon Sharpe. I'm just throwing that out there. But So you're going to have your debate battles between Skip Bayless and Richard Sherman. They're not going to agree a lot. Now, Michael Irvin, he's going to be very informational, but he's going to have emotion. Michael Irvin is going to bring the emotion to television. Michael Irvin is very passionate about football, particularly about the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Michael Irvin and Skip Bayless, they're not objective when you're talking about Dallas Cowboys. I'm more objective about Dallas Cowboys than Michael Irvin and Skip Bayless. They're going to be over the top, rah type guys. When there's Dallas Cowboy talk, Michael Irvin is only going to enhance what Skip Bayless brings to Dallas Cowboys talk. Now, Skip Bayless has toned it down a little bit, but that was with Shannon Sharpe. And I feel like Shannon Sharpe put him in that place to tone it down a little bit. I think having Michael Irvin on your set is like an extra battery put in your back. So he's going to bring the emotion, all right? And that's going to be must-see TV, particularly when Skip Bayless and Michael Irvin preach and tell y'all guys how great the Dallas Cowboys are, but Richard Sherman is going to bring it down a little bit. And that's when you come with Keyshawn Johnson, all right? Keyshawn Johnson, he likes California football teams. He likes USC. He likes the Rams. He talks big about the Rams, talk big about USC, talk big about the Raiders, all right? The Chargers, he's going to bring insight of those California teams to the audience. Now, Keyshawn, I can see discussions where Keyshawn and Richard Sherman, they're going to see eye to eye on a lot of topics. Not every topic, but they're going to see eye to eye to a lot of topics until they talk about the California teams, and then that's where you're going to have debate issues between them two. But I can see where Keyshawn and Richard will debate against Steve. They'll do a 2-on-1 pause on Skip Bayless until they talk about Dallas Cowboys. And then that's when Michael Irvin will come in, and you might see a 2-on-2 debate type of style or a 3-on-1 pause type of style. I think this is must-see TV. And then you still got Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is going to say something controversial. So you still got Skip Bayless. I mean, I think this is going to be must-see TV each and every day. I still don't think that they're going to be the first take killers. Hell, they was never the first take killers, even with Shannon Sharpe. I think with this new lineup, they're going to grab ratings. They're still going to be the more popular show on FS1. I don't think they're going to be popular than First Take. There's going to be some moments where, particularly when you look at people are now more than ever getting away from satellite and cable. They're pulling the cord. And you see ESPN talking about they done had over 100 plus subscribers. Now they're down to 70 million subscribers. And, all networks are losing subscribers, even Fox Sports 1, CNN, everybody that's on satellite and cable. They're losing subscribers because people are canceling their cable and satellite packages. So there's gonna be moments in the football season where First Take where Undisputed might take a couple of shows away from First Take. Now you still got Christopher Mad Dog Russo, you still got Ryan Clark, okay. You don't have Steve Young over there, but I forgot the individual that they just signed that you might see over there at First Take. And you still got Pat McAfee. He may make an appearance. I highly doubt it, but he might make an appearance. All right. I still think that ESPN has the better lineup, particularly if you got like Shannon Sharp and his own show, followed by First Take, followed by Pat McAfee. But the way how they're explaining how they're going to utilize Shannon Sharp is only going to be there Monday and Tuesday on First Take. They didn't talk about anything else outside of First Take. So if you got if you got First Take plus Pat McAfee, and you look at that's the two most popular shows are going to be on ESPN. But if you look at Undisputed and you look at the Herd Show, that's your two popular shows on Fox Sports 1. It's going to be a ratings battle. It's definitely going to be a ratings battle. It's going to be must-see television, okay? So, I would like to see how the dynamic between Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp goes, because I feel like there's a lot of topics and there's a lot of discussions where they see eye to eye. And with First Take, they're not going to talk about LeBron James all the time. They're not going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys all the time. They're not going to talk about Tom Brady all the time. I got to see how Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith are going. I mean, they're using Shannon Sharp on football season. So that's his MO. Okay. And we're just going to see how it goes. Is it going to be must-see TV? I think it's going to be entertainment, but I don't think you're going to have those epic battles between him and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith can placate to whoever he's debating with. It comes off as they're not really debating. They're just, they're just talking. All right. It's more of a talk show. It's not a debate show over there at First Take. Over there at Undisputed, it's all about debating and executing and things of that nature. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. All right. So that's the end of Too Early for This podcast, episode 58. I really do appreciate everyone that came into the building with the live version. Please hit the like button on your way out. Thank you for supporting your boy. I'm sorry. This is the second time this week we had to premiere it on Monday, but I'm trying to get it focused. I'm trying to hone it in on Saturdays. So be on the lookout for Too Early for This podcast on Saturday. Now, I'm going to also have some videos along the way this week. So go check out those videos. Rate, comment, subscribe and enjoy. You would not be disappointed. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. And I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Down One. Please. All right. Subscribe to my other YouTube channels. They're in the description below. And we're going to have some things coming for my membership audience, because membership is supposed to have its privileges. All right. Also, anybody that sends a super chat or a super chat sticker or hits the cash app, $, I'm Chris the Down One, your name will be featured as the stream sponsor. All right. So that's all I got for today. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you when I see you. I'm out. Deuce.